recently arrived in Europe. We have no idea what that is. If somebody can explain, is that like an ancient helicopter or something?
Oh my gosh,
is that a European
yeah.
thing? I don't know. Nobody speaks English, by the way. We asked them. They're like, oh, we don't know. So somebody say what that is. Middle of the woods.
Yeah. My guess, it's a fallen helicopter repurposed into some kind of...
Yeah.
Culture shock as an American expat living in Amsterdam. Being forced to walk because many streets are way too narrow for cars. Why do they even build cities like this? It is so annoying.
What's up guys, welcome back to the channel once again. So guys, many Americans who travel to or move to Europe say they experience a huge culture shock. They discover a different way of living, different priorities and different system that makes them question what they have always been used to. So kindly guys, I want you to watch these compilations of videos of Americans who are moving to Europe or others who are visiting to Europe. Majority of them that are having a brutal reality check simply because of how Europe it is. So kindly guys, watch these reactions, then I'll be back with more comment. Kindly remember to give a video a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel.
I moved to a tiny country in Europe 2 years ago. My baby was sick the other day, and this is how healthcare works here. Basically, I sent her to daycare. She's only been there for about a month, and you already know what happens. She obviously got sick. Daycare, mind you, is only $270 a month, and it includes Saturdays and 3 meals, the whole works. And if you want, the daycare will also get you vegan or vegetarian options just for your kid at no extra cost. Now, she got sick, she had a stomach virus. If you know, you know. After letting it run its course for about 2 days, I decided to take her to a pediatrician, which was right down the street. I called up the pediatrician. I asked if she can come in right away. It's not an emergency, but she's sick. The pediatrician said, of course, come in 10-15 minutes whenever you want. I'll be here. So we end up going. She ends up looking at my daughter and gives us some medication. There was no waiting in line. Actually, there was one kid before us, so we waited maybe 5 minutes. The visit was completely free. We didn't pay for anything. And the medicine she prescribed her cost less than $3. We can take her to the pediatrician literally whenever we want for $0. But if we wanted to go to a private pediatrician, it'll be about $30 for the visit. And the medications are all the same price.
European architecture is 10 times better than America. I'm in Portugal right now and look at this. All the buildings are old. They haven't updated them in 500 years. The ground is all cobblestone and, I don't know, rock. There's live music going. There's restaurants in the middle of the street. You don't find this in America. If you got dropped into a random city in America, you would never be able to tell what city you're in because they all look the same. These ugly buildings that are all boxy and the same design. Meanwhile, in Europe, they have this beautiful design, crosses in the middle of the street, the cool roads. It's just amazing, man. Why can't America be like this?
You know what I love about England? Y'all treat history like it's still alive. It's not forgotten. I'm currently in York, and I'm walking through the shambles. This is over 600 years old. From every lean to every storefront, it feels like you're taking a step back in time. It never gets old. It feels like each and every storefront is telling its own story. I mean, to be honest, it really feels like you're stepping into a storybook, but it's real. It's the kind of place that reminds you to slow down, look around, and actually feel where you're standing. A little bit of the history. You know, it's not just history. It's almost like home with a different skyline.
So, if anyone is curious, garden. It is a fake parking lot. Literally, this is the garden. It looks like a parking lot. This is the curated, designed garden with half-dead palm trees and a closed-off patch of grass. Yeah. This is the Italian garden, and this is South Africa. This is the Korean garden. Whole beautiful Riyadh. This is the Moroccan garden. It's very well done, actually. It's really nice.
I'm in Ireland for the week, so today I did the most American thing I could think of, and that is visiting the town that my family is allegedly from. And here we are, and what do I see as soon as I get there is none other than a TK Maxx, which is the European version of TJ Maxx. And honestly, that felt pretty fitting. We're not like super in touch with our heritage, but there's just something about being, I feel like, from suburban Massachusetts where everyone, well, I guess not everyone, but most people feel like a strong connection to Ireland. And it was cool to see this little town, and it was really pretty too. It felt so fitting that two of the main points of this town were the TK Maxx and Sean's Bar, which is the oldest bar in the world. And that was pretty damn cool. It dates back to 900 AD, and that feels quite representative of my family. So,
you know when you're out walking and you see a ruin? Did you know it might not be real? Have a look at this guy. This looks like it once belonged to, I don't know, maybe a part of an old castle. Perhaps it was a watchtower in medieval times gone by. But here's the thing, it wasn't. This is a fake ruin. Now, fake ruins were built around the late 1700s. If you think about the context, it makes sense. This is the Romantic era. That Industrial Revolution is just getting started in England. People are desperate to get away from the smoke and the smog. They want a bit of romance in their life. They want a bit of excitement. And so what better way to find it than to build on your country estate something that looks like it's been there since that romantic medieval period. And that is how these fake ruins came to be. And now, of course, lots of them have their own legends associated with them, so they've become less and less fake as time's gone by. Now, if that was interesting to you, please do let me know in the comments. And if you have any fake ruins anywhere near you, I would be fascinated to know about them. This one is Old John's Tower, and it is in the beautiful Bradgate Park. So tell me where yours are down below.
So guys, I hope you have watched those compilations of videos and reactions from Americans who they have moved to Europe and others who have visited, who are traveling to Europe. You have seen how they are coming out and getting a reality shock simply because of how some of the things they are different from their countries. Now guys, one of the biggest surprise for many Americans is transportation. Now several people who moved to cities like Amsterdam said they were shocked that many streets are too narrow for cars. Instead of driving everywhere, people walked or ride bicycle. At first, that can feel inconvenient, especially if you are used to driving everywhere. But after living there for a while, many people say they begin to enjoy walking because it keeps them active and makes the city feel more connected. Now, another thing that surprised many visitors is how much history is part of everyday life. In countries like Portugal and England, people walk on street that are hundreds of years old buildings. Churches, castles, and marketplaces have been standing for centuries instead of replacing them with modern buildings. Many communities have chosen to perceive them. For someone coming from a place where many cities are relatively modern, this can feel like walking into a historic book. So you can see how Americans they are feeling because they are seeing that countries like Portugal, they are still having those old buildings. But for people in America, those people from the first world countries, when they are visiting and see these old buildings, they are wondering why are these buildings still here. So you can see also that bring a shock to them. But these countries, Portugal, England, they have just maintained this building so that they can remind themselves during the colonization period, during so that they can remind, so that it can be a symbol of reminder and also a symbol of what really happened in the past. Now, many Americans also say Europe cities have their own unique character. One city looks completely different from another. The architectural, the street, and even the town squares all have their own personality. Healthcare is another topic that often surprises visitors. One American family shared how their child became sick after starting daycare. They were able to visit a doctor almost immediately with very little waiting. The consultation was free and the and the medicine costs only a few dollars. Of course, healthcare systems are different across Europe. Every country has its own rules, taxes, and insurance system. But experience like this often leave visitors wondering why medical care can feel so different from what they are used to back home. So guys, you can see how also this family was shocked about the healthcare system in Europe, because Europe, they are highly concerned about people's healthcare, and also the healthcare, they have made it almost free. But you can see healthcare in America, it is very expensive, and that's why majority of Americans, they are coming out and realize that the healthcare in our country, it is very expensive than Europe, because Europe, it is almost like free. You can say like the doctors consultation, it is free. So you can imagine how these people, they're coming out and realize. So like in America, they are using the healthcare like a money generator system, because in America, healthcare is very expensive. For me, I can tell you, and the people who are watching, you can also write down on the comment section. Tell me about for those people who live in Europe, they can also write on the comment section, how is their healthcare? Is it affordable or is it expensive? So we need to compare it with the healthcare system in United States, the first world country, because I believe, being the first world country, they need to make the healthcare to be free. Because this country, they have money, they have everything, they need to make healthcare free. Why is the healthcare expensive? And yet we are seeing some countries in Europe, their healthcare, it is like almost free. Now this one, history is everywhere in Europe. Now one traveler visited York in England and couldn't believe they were walking through streets that are over 600 years old. Every building seems to tell a story instead of tearing down old structure. Many have been carefully preserved for generations. Another interesting discovery was something called a fake ruin. These are buildings that were intentionally designed centuries ago to look like ancient castle or ruins. During the Romantic period, wealthy landowners wanted beautiful landscape that looked historic, so they built structure that appeared old even though they were new at the time. So you can see also, the landowners also, they decided to build the old building, so that it can remind them, so that it can bring some of the memories of what happened during the colonization period, the past period. So kindly guys, you can also share your thoughts on the comment section. Let me know what you think about how Americans, they are really getting shocked when they are traveling or when they are moving to Europe countries. So write down on the comment section. I'll be reading it on my next one. Thank you so much guys. See you on my next one. Bye bye.